We've already talked about the stripped down, simple framework that will eliminate 80% of the busy work that's keeping you stuck. But before you run off to implement it, let's talk about something that's almost guaranteed to get in your way. You want to know why all those courses you've taken and all that iron work ethic of yours still isn't giving you the results you want? Why folks with half your credentials and smarts are out there crushing it on the interwebs while you stay stuck? I've made a whole bunch of videos on the how to raise your rates, how to communicate the true value, how to hack audiences so you can get leads, and how to position yourself as an authority. But let me tell you, more information isn't going to solve your problem. Because the real reason all those courses and coaches haven't worked for you yet is, well, grab some popcorn, friend, because we're gonna get into it. There's something about selling a premium program that seems to bring out all the monsters from under your bed, isn't there? Let's start with the biggest, imposter syndrome. This is where deep down you question whether you've really got the goods. Even when your existing clients crush it and get results, there's this sense of, oh thank God, I got away with it, right? You feel like you're living on borrowed time. And if other life stuff sucks your energy, it is immediately reflected in the way that your revenue drops. Imposter syndrome is particularly toxic in the premium space because of the way you attract clients that mirror your deepest fears. If you deep down don't feel rock solid on your pricing, the next time someone says, oh wow, $15,000 is a lot more than I was expecting, it's gonna feel like a sucker punch to the gut and have you second guessing your pricing. I have a whole other video on pricing your program with integrity, so I won't get into those details here, but suffice to say, prospects subconsciously pick up on your doubt and fear, and it actually makes it hard for them to feel confident enough to make a buying decision when you show up this way. Number 2, this idea that selling is icky. Now, whether you think that you're great at selling or you suck at selling, I want you to ask yourself where your mind and energy go when you read somebody's application form or they say something on a call that makes you think, oh man, they can't afford to work with me. Where do you go? Do you get mad? Do you feel despair? Do you immediately want to wrap the call or drop your rate because you need the money? Again, I've made a separate video on how premium is actually easier to sell than lower ticket offers when you know how. But this isn't about mechanics and strategy. This is about the underlying subconscious block. Often the story selling is icky covers up a much deeper fear, the fear of rejection. Because of our tribal and social history as a species, releasing this hardwired fear is tricky. Because in a very real way, it really is hardwired into our biology. So when we work with clients, we actually work with you one-on-one to reprogram your subconscious, not by denying this fear, but by embracing it and then using up the freed up energy to build self-trust. Because self-trust is the opposite of fear of rejection. Moving on to number 3. Overcomplicator syndrome. As type A high achievers, we often cover up our insecurities or derive a sense of worthiness from accomplishment. Often as children, we got a sense that we were loved for what we did rather than who we deeply were. Doing is comfortable for us. We do a lot and constantly. Our to-do lists are endless and we build all kinds of complicated funnels in our businesses with launches and JVs and upsells and downsells and profit centers. And yeah, I really do have a camera in your living room because I've been there. That used to be me. I spent tens of thousands of dollars on building a fancy funnel and hiring coaches to help me create complex ladders of offers. But all it did was confuse and exhaust me because it pulled me away from the deep connection and coaching work that I love so much, and it turned me into a marketer. But you know, I don't regret it because it was all meant to surface an understanding for me, a lesson, if you will. And that lesson is that I overcomplicated things because I was working off a core story of, I don't know how to do this. And I don't trust myself to know what I want or to want the right things. It's only in facing that truth and releasing that story that I finally had the courage to ask myself, what would this look like if it was simple. And it's then that I found the courage to turn off 80% of our marketing activities and double down on the only pieces that mattered. It's how I found the courage to say yes to the deepest layers of the work, the ones that energize me instead of exhausting me, which led to us quadrupling our revenues in the first 2 months. I created a whole new offer and we put it out there naked. No fancy-ass website, just the most stripped-down landing page, a 60-minute video masterclass, and traffic from hacking audiences. That's it. Simple takes courage, because it requires us to practice self-trust and price according to the true value of what we do, not what the market says we should. If you don't already have a daily practice to surface and release your core fears and blocks, make sure to watch this next video where I'll help you build your vision and get the clarity you need so you can stop spinning your wheels with busy work and start giving yourself permission to focus only on the pieces that really matter. Does this make sense to you? Half the battle, though only half, is recognizing where you're stuck. Leave me a comment below with what's holding you back, and together we'll help release that energy so that it's available to you to create with. I'm Geeta Nadkarni. Thanks for watching the Be More Possible show with me today. We release content regularly, and you don't want to miss this other little gem that I made for you based on questions I always get from clients.